what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about an important topic that I discovered. This topic people don't talk about it always, but it's very very important because I think that that's the most important thing we have to talk about when it comes to trading and trying to be profitable. So stay back. So yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So like I said before, what I'm going to talk about is something that people don't stress on. Maybe people are so caught up in the Lamborghini lifestyle and the payout, and they forgot the most important thing that brings you to just profitability. So what am I? What's the topic of this whole thing? The topic of this whole thing is that you can't get what you want if you don't become the person that deserves the actual thing that you want. So let me break this down. You can't be aiming for $200,000 funded if you cannot be the person that can manage $50,000 capital. If you're still, over leveraging, revenge trading, and doing all those silly mistakes that rookie traders do, or that even, profit traders do on a daily basis, that means you can't handle a $200,000 account. So recently, I purchased a 50K on net account, and I've been, they kind of been teaching me so many lessons, But what I understand is that if I can't handle this 50K, that means I don't deserve to have a 200K funded, and I don't deserve to get to $1 million funded, which is my ultimate goal in funding. So yeah, but that brings us to the topic with my current state and how I'm trying to build myself. You can't get to the level whereby you are okay and you are like you can get to perfection, but perfection is the goal. You can't get to perfection, but you're working towards perfection. But at some point, you might start from here and then you get to here and then you get to here. You understand? It keeps going higher. It doesn't have an ending. Like they say, personal development doesn't have an ending. But you can't be here and aiming for a goal that is here. So you need a level of understanding to get to here. Okay, let me just call it level of awareness, which means you have to increase your own level of awareness to get to here. And that is here is a place. That is where your goal is. And for you to get to that your goal, you have to build yourself for you to match yourself to that goal. You can't use yourself now, revenge trading, doing all those silly mistakes to get to here. No, here is $1 million funded, 200K funded, 5%, 5K every month, 10K every month. But here is your mistakes. You have to build yourself, and then meet here. Understand? And then when you say the high bar again, when you say the bar high again, you get to those levels. So that is it. And when you say the bar high again, when you say the high bar again. So that is it. That is what I have discovered this week. I was talking with my friend, and then it came to us as a light bulb because both of us have the realization immediately. It hit his head, it hit my head, and we realized like, wow, so this is what someone needs. So and it kind of brings me to point whereby I don't stress again over trade, over analysis, over setups, and my current state and my financial state. So I just wake up every day grateful. Why am I grateful? I'm grateful for everything that I have around me. Because 4 years ago I didn't have all these things. I'm grateful about everything I have around me, and I'm still building, and I can't stop building because I am meant to build. So this week I made so many mistakes this week, and I was happy that I bounced back from those mistakes. So I'm going to show you the trade I took this week.
So yeah, this week was kind of hectic one, and how I trade is when, let's say for example, when we come up from a ranging pattern like this, I tend to wait for break, come back, then prove to me that yeah, it's a break. Then I can enter the breakout or let it pull back here before I can enter a buys versa for sales. So that is how I trade. On I took two trades this week. One was a loss, and that one was okay, let's start from Monday. Monday I didn't see any any PE. Like if you can check on Monday, this is what happened on Monday. Let's start from London open. Price pulled back, pulled down, pulled back a little bit, went down, then came up. It's supposed to continue down, but it started ranging at this level, then pulled back again. Then we didn't make a new. You just pulled up and then did this, broke this low. This is not a low because it didn't come from a break, so it's not a low, and then went back into the range. So yeah, it happened. So Monday was kind of a boring day, but I didn't check chat on Monday. I didn't trade on Monday because yeah, I don't feel like some Mondays I feel like trading some Mondays. And then what happened on Tuesday was when I took the loss, I simply ignored some of my rules that if I have a strong push like this, I shouldn't be entering at any level. I should wait for to pull back at least 50% of this push before I can start looking for entries. And also, I didn't remember that this week was FOMC week. So this happened one, two, three, pulls up, came back, pulled up, and I was like, wow, look at that for buys. I entered at the pull back a little bit like that, and price wicked me out with this week, and then went up, did this, and then did this. Finally taking the structure here. So this is where let me just show you guys the trade. This is the trade here. Yeah, price came back, hit my SL, and then keep pushing up. I would have closed this with that in maybe break even or a little bit profit, but I was pinked here, and yeah, it's what it is. And I move on to the next day, which is Wednesday. Wednesday was the day I had the win. Price did this, boom, 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 all in a range, and then broke out. I was probably break out, but I wanted to see what price is going to do, if it's going to come back, or if it's going to keep pushing back. And it came back a little bit, and I entered at this sell, and it did this boom. This was my only confirmation I need, that breakout, because I've had the first breakout here. The thing that the price is in a sell trend. This is another sell and breakout. And indicate that price is ready to continue in a sell trend. And this is the third breakout. So yeah, price hit the 1 to 2 hour. I made $1,000 on this trade, and yeah, that's just it.
So yeah,
And then
those are the things that I took this week. So my June is pretty messy. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. My June is kind of chaotic, and I know why it was chaotic. I know how everything started and how I am trying to put everything back again. And yeah, I'll get it back next week. So yeah, um, with that being said, what should be your goal is slow everything down, slow down. Don't if watching people on social media is going to make you look like you're not progressing in life, that means you have to kind of unfollow them. When it comes to my Instagram, I think I follow only three traders or two traders that are doing things that I like and are not even putting me into a moment where I have to pressure myself. So if you're in those platforms that makes you feel like you're not doing good, block them and focus on your growth. The whole reason of trading is to feed ourselves and feed our family, not to impress anyone and their brother. So yeah, what you have to do is lock in on yourself, lock in on your growth. Be the person that deserves that payout, that 50K, that 100K payout. Be the person that deserves that payout, and then you'll see the payout rolling. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. I make video every week, and then I'll see you next week.